Hello, everyone.
Hi.
How is everyone doing? Not that you can respond to me, but that's okay. All right.
We're drinking Olipop.
We're
tonight.
drinking Olipop.
So we've switched up from our Spindrift. But
Olipop, feel free to send us a beverage or two. Cheers.
Olipop, I have your stuff on subscription for like years. This is the ginger ale flavor. What do you think?
Oh, I've never had. Oh, that is good. Olipop ginger ale for anyone who's never had it. This is delicious.
So it's like a probiotic alternative to a soda. So if you are a soda drinker, you want
Kick it to the curb.
Yeah, kick that habit. Olipop is like where you want to go. I wasn't a soda drinker, but Olipop is like
Life. Other than Spindrift.
Why'd you have to spit
I
on
don't
me?
know Spindrift. Excuse me.
No, Spindrift is like
John,
my
Olipop, where you at? You tagged him. Thanks, John.
Come
Hello.
on, Olipop. Dr. Goodwin might be right here. I could go on. I could do a whole episode on Olipop, legitimately, but we're not going to do that tonight.
No, we're not. Okay, tonight we are diving. I will give a little intro because I don't know if she'll. Excuse me. Let me clear my throat.
Just don't spit on me.
We are talking this evening about the. You may have heard me say the life-changing, life-altering, magical hands of Irene.
Oh, I wish she was here right
Oh,
now. I
me
just want to
too.
squeeze her.
I know. That gives literally, I don't even know how to explain the holistic celestial facial that she does for Paris Laundry, which, by the way, if you don't know, this beautiful space that we're sitting in that is owned by this beautiful woman is officially a spa.
We are.
So they offer spa services inclusive of this holistic celestial facial. And we want to talk about the facial for one, but more importantly, why a holistic facial, what makes it a holistic facial, and why it is important to choose something such as that over, I don't know if mainstream's the right word.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's a different way of thinking about getting a facial and just the way that the skin is treated overall. For me, like obviously Paris Laundry being what it is with just having clean beauty, and then I have such a strict ingredient list. For me, it was like I couldn't send anyone to go get a facial that was my customer because I was like, oh my goodness, we've gotten your skin to such a good place. Right. I can't send you somewhere. I don't know what they're using. I don't know what the ingredients are. I don't know if you're going to react to it, whatever it was. So I wasn't sending people to get facials. And I knew that the spa component was always going to be something in Paris Laundry, but I literally thought it was so many years down the road because I didn't think I'd ever find someone that aligned with my thinking of skin health, which is just that like everything in our skin starts from the inside. Like it's all connected. It's a whole body experience. And that's the way that I've always taken the beauty of Paris Laundry, and like everything that we talk about in here, it starts with lifestyle. Like if you get a skin consult with me, it's like, what's your diet? What's your lifestyle like? Let's talk sleep. Let's talk stress. Let's talk vitamin D. Let's talk autoimmune. Let's talk all of these things before we ever get to like somebody saying, oh, well, I think I have drier combination skin. So it's just so much more. And I thought I'm never going to find this person that's going to be able to perform facials the way that I think about skincare. And then Irene just like literally popped into the store.
You know, she came from heaven.
She
dropped down from heaven.
The little Greek goddess that she is.
It's a little spitfire. I love it.
She's phenomenal.
I know.
And we talked for so long of just literally about skin health and how, you know, it's just so different when you take on a holistic approach to things, going from the inside out. We don't adhere to the thinking that when you get a facial, we need to like peel off your face in order, like it's not a tear it down to build it back up type of thing. We don't do any chemical peels. We don't do anything like that. It's all, you know, holistic modalities. It's still very effective. Like we're still using machines and microcurrent and microfrequency and LED and all these things that still give life and health to your skin. And so that's what makes it look glowing and supple and everything without it being harsh.
Right.
And
well, let me take it back just a hair. For any of you that may not understand like the root of what holistic health is it is body, mind, emotional, everything. Literally, it is an approach to health from the inside out, like she mentioned,
head to toe.
out. But a lot of people may not understand, like they hear holistic and just, you may think, I'm not going to use that word because I think we were shadow banned because of it.
My whole account is.
Oh, I don't think that this platform likes us very much, but we're going to keep doing it. It's fine. It literally is. It's living with health and wellness from the inside out.
Yeah.
So, they're utilizing things. It's not just about making your skin glow. It's about using things that will help nourish you on the inside so that your skin can glow.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's definitely a completely different facial experience.
Yeah.
And anybody that has gotten a facial in Paris Laundry has talked about how they've never experienced a facial like that. The good thing, and I think, well, actually the most amazing thing is that no two facials are the same. Mm-hmm. So like the facial that I get from Irini is not the same facial that Caitlin's getting.
Right.
Yes, it's the same kind of like, maybe the same protocol or whatnot, but this is a facial that is completely customized to each person because of all of the things that I've already said. Lifestyle, diet, autoimmune, skin sensitivities, allergies, all of these things, that's taken into account. But also, it's like, one thing that I love about Irini is that she talks about like your skincare goals too. Like, what is the goal of this facial? Is it to help clear acne? Are we targeting dark spots? Are we talking about sculpting and lifting and firming? Are we, just want nourishment and like glowing hydration? There's so many different levels to the facial that it really only comes when you're in that room because you're talking face to face with somebody. And then afterwards is when you consult with me and we go over like the at-home protocol.
When two things that I love about that is, and she did not ask me to say any of this.
I didn't.
She has no idea what I'm about to say.
We come up with these topics on the fly. So.
Like 30 seconds before we started, we were like, okay, we're talking about this. Okay, let's go. And you know what? I think that's because it's honest and it's transparent and...
Yeah, nobody's reading from a script. Neither of us had time to like think about...
No, we're both business owners. We don't think about anything.
Just closed the store for the day.
But two things that I love about that. So one, let's say that you are joining one of my wellness retreats. You're not going to get the same facial purposely than I get because I come consistently here and Irini is going to work on my skin over a course of time, just like we work on our bodies from the inside out. But she's going to do something that is not basic. It is still insanely luxurious and absolutely incredible, but she's not going to do anything that requires follow-up maintenance because she's unfortunately not going to see you on a monthly basis. Whereas she can craft a plan. People make meal plans. They create goals. I'm the food girl. They create goals for weight loss or maintain their fitness. It's the same thing with the skin, that she curates that specifically to her client. And the other piece that I freaking love is you don't know when it's going to end because she doesn't do the same thing. Like there was a point in time before my wedding that I was getting that's the one thing that I'm going to do to take care of my skin is to get facials. I would know, I'm like, dang it, I have 10 more minutes. She's at that level. You have no idea when she's going to end.
Yeah. Because things change, like you're saying, you've gotten them consistently. Things are going to change. What she does, is going to be completely different because your skincare goal is going to be different than my skincare goal is going to be different than however many clients.
And the other thing I will say, this is coming from the client perspective, is I love that she doesn't just sit you down and give you a laundry list of products to buy. You know, one of the first things she told me, she was because I had told her I had an eczema outbreak. She goes, I need you to be drinking twice as much celery juice as you normally do. Mm-hmm. That doesn't make her a dime. It doesn't, and that's they're not product pushing. She is truly invested in curating a recipe for your particular skin. And that
Yeah.
does include things that are outside of products. I don't know what she tells other people, but like we had the celery juice conversation because of my eczema. I don't know. I'm sure she does
Well,
the
I mean,
same
she
thing.
talks to people, and it's the same as I talk to people. You know, your skin tells you so much about what's going on the inside. And Irene can look at people's skin and see what's going on, where the acne is, where the congestion is, you know, where we're holding tension, all these other things. She can look and see that and say, I need you to cut out the fast food. I need you to cut out the sugar. I need you to cut out the
She ain't
coffee.
gonna lie either.
Like, and I mean, I'm there. I can hear what's happening, and then the follow up afterwards is, okay, I know you're gonna stop eating fast food. Like, we can see it in your skin. So it's one of those things that when somebody really knows about the skin, it's so different than being sold a facial or sold a product. That's not what we do in Paris Laundry, and I can tell you that like nobody that's walked in these doors has ever felt like we sold them something, because we're not salespeople. If anything, my husband tells me I'm really kind of awful at it, because people come in and be like, I feel like my skin's dry. I'm like, drink more water and come back and see me. Like, and he's like,
hello, you do have a whole skin.
yeah, he's like, you also have 4 kids to feed. And I'm like, yeah, but I mean, watch her skin is gonna just be
But you
fine.
know what that creates?
But it's
it creates a relationship. 1, 2, it creates value.
Well, we're just on, like, it's just honest. And when you
Yeah.
find people that genuinely are trained in skin, like in the skin health, in product knowledge, in ingredient formulation, it's so different than just booking a facial online and then adding all the other things. That's what makes this so different too, is when Irene and I were talking and crafting this facial and everything. This is not an a la carte facial. This is not an add-on facial. So it's not like you book the base of the facial. So like some base facials are $90. Some base facials are $130. And then you get to say, you know what? I want extractions for $35. I want some light therapy for another $45. And then I want some lifting and sculpting for $75. Like,
But you don't know what you need. She does.
And a lot of times you end up doing really like more harm than good, because if that's what you want and that's what you get, but that's not what your skin needs, or you have a reaction or something like that, like Irene's not going to do that. Nor it's, I mean, if somebody comes in and tells me they want an exfoliant and I look at their skin, I'm like, that is the last thing you need, actually. We're not going to do something that is not good for the health of your skin. Like, it's just not something we're going to do. And so I think that's what we take into account, and that's what makes it so valuable, but also just so different than just picking a spa and booking a facial and then, you know, kind of like not knowing what you're going to get and not knowing the ingredients. That's, for me, was always the scary part, is like, I do so much maintenance on my skin just at home on my own. I'm so meticulous about products and the things that I eat and this and that I'm like, I'm not gonna go put a mask on my face that has a bunch of crap in it that I don't know about, and then I react or something happens and whatever. So that's just like not what we're about. We really do take into account the whole person even when we're just talking about the skin.
And, you know, just to say, I mean, honestly, I know that many people do not live in Savannah and may not have access to that, but we also want to communicate. Of course, I want to bring people to Paris Laundry. But if you are not in Savannah, that's quite possibly impossible. I encourage you to
Find a holistic esthetician.
and ask questions. Make sure that they know what they're talking about too, because a lot of people, I mean, you can greenwash marketing pretty easily as well, but just ask questions. Make sure that these people have your best interests at the root of what they're doing.
That they are also asking questions.
Right.
So when you book a facial, if they're not talking about diet, lifestyle, environmental stressors, sleep, hormone imbalance, if you have any autoimmune diseases, if you have any skin sensitivities, what are you allergic to? If these aren't the questions and conversations that are being had,
find you another.
Then I would probably say maybe somebody doesn't have skin health at the like top priority. But then also, yes, ask what products they use in the facial. I mean, Irini makes all of her own masks from organic raw ingredients. So she's just
I hear her
mixing it up right then and there.
I have like a mask on my face. She's back there. I just hear zzz. And I'm like, what are you concocting?
I mean, she makes all of the masks. So it's just one of those things that it's such a personal experience that I don't know, like I can't say enough good things about it. But also, if you aren't in Savannah to experience it, book a trip. Fit to retreat. What are you talking about? You gotta let me finish.
I'm just kidding.
Fit to Retreat happens to be happening next month. But also, just look for a holistic esthetician within your area. And so that you're at least getting the best.
Well, and if you visit here, come in here, but it just as we talked about earlier, like I want to get as many people through these doors, but it's just as important that when you go home, you find someone that can help with maintenance, and you want to find the right person. So make sure, again, they're asking questions, you're asking questions, that their main concern is you.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it all makes sense. And this is like an analogy that I talked to my husband about the other day that just baffles me. We have a lot of dogs, but I'm always like, when you take your dog to the vet with skin issues, the first thing they ask about is diet. That's the first, what are they eating? Mm-hmm. And then they usually want to change that. But when we talk about skin issues when it comes to people, very rarely are doctors or anyone really saying like, well, what's your diet? And that's where I feel like the holistic aspect comes in, because that's one of the first questions that we ask.
I mean, I've been to dermatologists that don't ask about if I've eaten something different. And I'm like, I need to find someone new.
I might one up you. I've been to oncologists who don't ask me what my diet looks like. So, on that note,
we're going to wrap this up. But if you want to experience heaven, Irini's coming down from heaven next month. Actually, no, next week.
She'll be, yes. Well, she's here full time starting
February.
Well, next week technically but
yeah,
February we have openings. I just don't have any openings for January. So February,
she won't have them long.
February we have openings. If you have any questions too, you can always DM me on the Paris Laundry account, and we can go through any questions, concerns that you have. If you have any trouble booking a facial, just let us know. We'll get you in.
But
know
yourself. Make sure people are asking questions. You ask questions, and we're out.
We're out.
Cheers. That was the lamest.
Yeah, I'm like that.
You didn't even cling.
Well, I didn't want it to like cling and then come out.
Bye, guys. Okay, while I post this.
Has anybody told you that we're completely goofy?
Yes. But actually, people